Zidane Daney, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat. I am here with my fellow hosts.
Joker here.
Captain Jack. Oh God.
We really gotta plan this so that every time we know exactly who's going next, but
Yeah, planning would be a
We
game
we,
changer for us, but we're not doing that. So
yeah,
we really do. It's the nerd chat. We're chaotic, so that's part of our point here.
yeah, exactly. So, we actually finally got a comment on a video. This was on the video where only Joker was here, where we were talking about Pokemon and basically how he's been playing the new games. Um, and he asked, let me see if I can find it again. Um, basically, why we didn't like the Alola stuff and why we're not really watching the Journey stuff. So, yeah. So, who wants to go first?
well, why don't I like Alola?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just explain my reasoning first. Firstly, Alola happened to come at a bad time. You guys know this. Basically, stuff with me and Moon and how that whole situation happened. It just happened to be our game, and then it ended up being just all the breakdown. So
Yeah.
that's my big reason as to why I stopped watching the anime. Um, but also, like, there was just a lot of stuff that even when I tried to go back to it, it's just this this isn't good compared to a lot of what the other stuff was. Like, X and Y was this really awesome story-driven story right from the beginning, and you got to see the relationship between Ash and Serena, and I absolutely love that. And then we get to Alola, and he's lost everything. It's the same reason why I don't really like Black and White. It just he had all of this important stuff going on for so long, and then suddenly it's gone. Everything is gone. It's basically a reboot, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then Journeys is kind of the same thing. It's just like you get introduced to this other character really early on, and he is just way more competent than Ash, and it's just like, why have we been following Ash this entire time when there's other people that are way more competent than him on their first day? I don't know. And Ash keeps going back to the beginning so many times. It's just like, why? I don't know. So what about you guys? Why do you guys...
Alola for me just felt really weird. It felt like it didn't have a place in the storyline. Whereas like most other things in Pokemon, they tend to like kind of connect. Alola to me was just kind of like, hello, you've been plopped on this island, and now you have to face these guys who may or may not actually know what they're doing, but they're respected in the community. It felt like they were trying to respect and kind of play off of the culture of like native islanders,
Yeah.
but they just did it in a way that felt like it was a tourist going to Hawaii.
Yeah, I agree. That did feel like that. And Journeys wasn't much better. It felt very similar to that as well. I don't know. Joker?
Alola is Sun and Moon, right?
Yeah.
Can you just lay down? You're okay. I promise you.
So yeah, I have to agree. The story of Sun and Moon was not very good. It was very confusing, and it was just like placed there.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's also really weird because I think Journeys was a weird situation anyways, because it's supposed to be Galar. And yet at the beginning especially, I don't know how it went later down the line, but especially at the beginning, all it is Ash and Go going to a whole bunch of different regions. Sure, they go to Galar every now and again, but they go to all of these different regions that Ash has already been to, and it just felt lacking for any real terminology. Like, why are you not going to why aren't you going to this new area and learning about the new Pokemon and becoming better? And there really wasn't much that made the show interesting to me. I don't know why exactly. Obviously, people who like it, go ahead and keep enjoying it. We're older fans, and I especially have been watching the show since the beginning, so I don't know about you guys.
I haven't really watched the Pokemon, but the shows, but I've been playing the game since about 2006. So
Yeah. And the reason I say I've been watching it from the beginning, even though I was obviously not even born when this anime first started,
when did the anime first start?
like 1995.
Yeah, something around there. And obviously, we were not born yet. We were all born in 99. But when I first started watching it, I was watching the VHSs of the original series over and over again. And sure, it wasn't all of it, but it was a good amount, and that got me into it. And then, sure, I would eventually watch the other stuff, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, we're not Gen 1ers. We all agree that the games, on average, have been getting better and better. We're going to be talking about Scarlet and Violet in this video, for the most part. But the actual anime, just so many parts of it are just like, why is it like this? I don't know. Anyways, though, we should start talking about Scarlet and Violet. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Joker?
I have watched the trailer.
Okay.
Yep, I watched the trailer.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, first impressions, it was absolutely amazing. I am so excited to actually get to play around with this game once it comes out. What about you guys?
Well, I was excited that it looks like a true open world, where Arceus was open world, but with different sections. This one looks like it might be more of a
Fully
Breath of
fledged
the Wild
open world,
type open world.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to, hopefully, some new Pokemon that aren't stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just all
I'm
be
still
honest.
praying
We
that
all love
Sprigatito-
Lechonk.
Lechonk is amazing.
Yes.
We love Lechonk. We stan Lechonk. But my thing is, I'm on this team that says Sprigatito needs to stay on 4 legs.
Yeah, I think that almost everyone is in agreement that Sprigatito needs to stay on 4 legs, because otherwise it's just going to be sad.
Well, but they keep doing this, and it's like I don't mean to, like, kink shame or anything, but they're, like, fetishizing their Pokemon, and it's getting a little creepy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Sword and Shield, it was a little bit better because of the fact that really, they weren't really on all 4s, even when they started out. Like, sure,
Correct.
Sobble, sure, was kind of on all 4s, but it was more of crouching than anything. And honestly, I love their designs, because especially their Gigantamax forms, that was incredible.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel about that at first, but it grew on me.
But yeah, but absolutely, I 100% agree that Sprigatito should stay on all 4s. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the others. Part of me thinks, I know that we all kind of don't want it to happen, but part of me keeps thinking that Fuecoco is going to somehow turn into a snake.
I was wondering about that.
Like, I don't know. He reminds me a lot of Snivy, and
Yeah.
I don't know. we'll see exactly what happens, and obviously, if he does end up turning into a snake, then obviously all of the fans are going to be like, the fire starter theory is still going.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if
Oh, freaking weeds on my farm took out one of my canning jars.
that is awful. What the heck?
I'm so pissed.
Well, I guess you should get you should get a golden clock.
I don't have perfection yet.
Well, you don't need perfection in order to get the golden clock.
Yeah, you do.
No, you just need to have like 1 million gold or something,
Oh,
and
I don't
then
know.
go talk to what's his name?
Key?
No, it's not Key. The wizard. The wizard gives you the golden clock.
Oh.
So I think you have to like do some friendship and stuff with him, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've done friendship with absolutely no one because that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh my god, my peach trees are peaching. That's nice. One thing, five.
So what is you guys' opinion on what's the red one again?
Scarlet?
Well, no, what's the Pokemon? I'm forgetting what his name is.
Fuecoco?
No, the
Legendary.
legendary, yeah.
Oh, Rida, whatever.
Like I know Miraidon is the violet one, but I'm whatever his name is. How do you feel about the fact that he's gonna be running on his legs?
I think
don't-
that's hysterical. Quite honestly.
Hysterical? Yeah.
I think it's funny, but like he has wheels just like the other one does, but why not use them?
Yeah.
Because motorbikes hadn't been invented yet, Benjamin.
Yeah. I don't personally I like it because it looks more like he's inflating it rather than the other one, which like let's be honest, it makes sense that the futuristic one actually turns into a wheel, but the ancient one is basically just it just bulges out and it's a flotation device. It makes sense to me. But it's just so many people are just like going crazy about like why is it not a wheel? Why is it not a wheel? And it's just like you have these wheels, why are you not using them? And it's just like because they didn't want them to?
Right?
Because it's the design, it's interesting, and also he's a Pokemon, and I don't know.
Did you expect it? No? Then success.
Exactly. Like, no one expected that to be the case, and then they did it, it's just like, this is hilarious.
Right.
Also,
Exactly.
I just think it's interesting that we're gonna be with the Legendary from the beginning, practically.
Right?
Like,
That's what I like about the new game is that features that you actually get to start with the
Yeah.
Pokemon.
yeah. I do think that obviously we will not be able to use them in battle and stuff until the end of the game. Like maybe you have to go through all of the races and stuff or something like that. Whatever the goal of basically befriending them over time. And then at the end of that, then you get to actually battle the Legendary and actually get them on your team so that, well, obviously they're on your team. I think that would be really cool if that's what they're planning on doing.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
to a certain degree, they did do that in Alola, where you befriended Nebby from the beginning, and then at the end, you had a battle with him and caught him as your Pokemon. I think that was really smart for what they did for that.
Agree with that.
So, obviously, I'm hoping that they actually develop the friendship between you and the Legendary over the time, and we get like all of these cool cutscenes and stuff where we get to see how you turn out with all of them.
Yeah?
Needless to say, it's going to be very interesting how they're going to be doing that. Also, did you guys hear about the fact that we're going to be able to do the gyms in any order?
Whoa, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'm also excited that there's like 3 different storylines that you can follow
Yeah, exactly.
throughout the game.
That's so cool. And I really
Not gonna lie,
hope
it stresses me out a little because I liked the order. I liked the structure of okay, now I go here. Okay, now I go here.
yeah.
I do like that feature that you have that structure, but to be able to play it where you can choose any order that you want
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah. I do have to say, I think that more than likely, basically, this is something that a lot of fans think, is that you will, it's more of a choice. Which way do you want to go? And everyone has their own playthrough. Yes, you could probably go all the way to the far end and battle the hardest gym leader, but you don't have to. They have like this way that is easy for people to actually do. Basically, as you're going through the town, you are able to go to each of the gyms and learn from them and do it however. Basically, there is an order that a lot of fans will probably be doing, and then there is the order of you can go all the way to the snow one as your first one and actually have fun with it, even though normally what that is supposed to be is maybe somewhere in the middle. So, yeah. We'll see exactly how that turns out, but that would make sense to me. Obviously, I would absolutely love it where you're able to where every single trainer basically determines however many badges you have, they'll use a certain number of Pokemon. Kind of like what they did in Origins, where Brock says, "Oh, you don't have any badges yet? Well, I'll just use 2 Pokemon." That was really interesting, and I'd like to see that happen in the actual game.
That would be cool.
Like, obviously, if you're actually going into the final one and they're able to use all 6, that would be incredible. But I don't know. We'll see exactly how they decide to play it out. But we'll see. I'm kind of worried though as well, because I feel like to a certain degree they're building up so much hype, and I'm worried that it might not live up to expectations.
Right?
Like, so many people are gonna people are getting all of these ideas as to what it actually is. Like, absolutely, I'm glad that many fans are currently saying more than likely you're not actually going to be able to do any gym as your first gym and any gym as your last gym and all that stuff. I think basically what they're saying is the whole thing where you can choose which direction you want to go to. You have the choices of where you want to go, rather than, hey, you get the game, you can go to the very last gym or the hardest gym to get to right from the bat and start with that one. I don't know. We'll see obviously once it actually comes out, but yeah. Whatever the case is, I think like perhaps the reason that you're allowed to do, they're saying that you can do any gym in any order, is because there are the other stories that you'll be able to go through. Also, another thing is, where is the evil team at this point?
I don't know.
Like, there's nothing yet, and I'm just like, there's gotta be an evil team somewhere, right?
There has.
I got a question.
Shoot.
Is there even an evil team in Sword or even Arceus?
Okay, Arceus, no,
Well,
not really. Sword, kind of. Like, there's no evil team, because like the team that you're supposed to think is evil is Team Yell. But at the same time, they're not evil. They're just a fan club, an overzealous fan club.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't think they're evil at all. They're just a fan club.
Yeah, basically. And you'll see more or less why that is later down the line as you get through the game. I'm not going to spoil it. but there is a big bad evil guy, which Captain Jack, you know who that is.
Yes, I do.
I think I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
Oh, what's his name? The chairman.
Okay, you are right.
Yeah, I already figured that one out at the very beginning. It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm not gonna be a jackass and say no, you're completely wrong or anything like that. No, you're right. So
it was like
he,
really
he is a
simple
bad
to
guy.
figure it out, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he is the bad guy. They hint at it from the very beginning, but they don't truly reveal it until the very end, which is like, okay, that makes sense.
In which game is this?
Sword and Shield.
Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chairman Ross. He is the bad guy. There's no hiding that. But I don't know. Like obviously in Alola, it was Team Skull was the bad guys, but they're also not like completely bad guys. The actual villain is the Aether Foundation, which yeah, that makes sense that they are the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you get them and so on and so forth. There's some cool stuff with that, but at the same time it's like that does not surprise anybody. But I don't know, it's just kind of interesting that they're not even hinting at an evil team yet in Scarlet and Violet. Like who could it be? Also, what do you guys think of Wooper?
This animal that I did see. Sorry.
What do you guys think of Wooper?
Love it. Yes.
Which one's Wooper?
The bones. He has little bones coming out of his frills instead of the actual antenna.
He's a zombie axolotl.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Static Star, who did the artwork for Wild Craze as well as what else? She also did the album covers for the songs and stuff, except for the first two. She didn't do those. She did the ones for the holidays. She absolutely loves Wooper. I don't know if she's actually seen the trailer yet, and she hasn't talked to me about it, but I'm sure that she's freaking out about that. So, yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And a lot of people are wondering, are they going to evolve into something that isn't Quagsire?
Ooh.
Like,
now there's that.
Yeah. Obviously, I think that probably they will still evolve into Quagsire, but they might get something else afterwards. But I would absolutely be fine with them just going from Wooper into something completely new. Kind of like what they did with Meowth in Sword and Shield.
True.
But let's be honest really quick. Berserker, why did they do that?
Awful.
Yeah, he's basically just bigger Meowth. And it's just like, what were you thinking? Like, you could have done so much more with this, and you just didn't. I don't know. Like everyone jokes about how Persian in Alola is just so stupid, but at the same time, it's 1,000 times better than Berserker.
Facts.
I don't know. I really hope that they do something better with, if they are going to make a new Pokemon, hopefully it will be better than Berserker. I hope they learned from that mistake. That's the simple answer. So yeah. Oh my gosh. So, which games are you guys thinking of playing?
I'm torn. You know, violet is my favorite color. Has been since I was like 7.
Yeah.
So that's always gonna be like a ooh for me. But I can't decide because like one's future, one's past. I kind of want to get both.
Yeah, fair enough. So I am planning on getting both. And basically what I'm gonna do is that Violet is going to be my. I'm just playing this for the fun of it. I'm not gonna be making any videos out of it. Nothing like that. But Scarlet, this is gonna be fun because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a team of food Pokemon.
What?
Yes, I'm going to do a team of food Pokemon. So I'm going to start with Fuecoco for sure because he's obviously Pepper. And then I'm absolutely going to get Fido. If they have all creamy, I'm going to try and get that. And I'm going to try and get every single food type Pokemon that there is. And I'm going to try and just complete the entire game using only food Pokemon. So
You have weird goals. You have weird goals.
I know,
He
but
has
it's just,
issues. Period.
I think it's just an absolutely hilarious, and I'm basically gonna be a culinarian bringing food to the ancient past.
Wow. Just wow.
I just think that that will be absolutely hilarious, and then obviously I'm gonna have Pokemon like Go-Go and Lechonk. Basically animal Pokemon that we will obviously think, oh yeah, that'll probably get turned into food at some point, or they provide milk or something. So
Sure.
yeah, and it's just gonna be funny as well because I'm probably gonna also have Snorlax and Munchlax. I'm gonna try. Because obviously they eat a lot of food, and any Pokemon that is well known for making food and all these things, and it's just gonna be absolutely hilarious. I don't know. Obviously, I'm still planning it out because obviously we don't know what Pokemon are gonna be in Scarlet and Violet. And
I think it would be cool if they had you complete the entire brand new Pokedex and then introduced old Pokemon.
that would be
cool.
interesting. I think they did that with Black and White to a certain degree.
They did,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yeah. I think that
They should
would work,
bring that
but the
back
problem
then.
is, I think that if they were gonna be going for 1,000, if it was gonna be 1,000 Pokemon, they're probably going to say once there is actually 1,000 Pokemon, hey, here is a game with all 1,000 Pokemon, or it's gonna say over 1,000 Pokemon pretty early on.
Holy Christ, that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how many are there currently?
Too damn many.
Pokemon. I think like, what was the most recent one? Wasn't there a new legendary? Oh yes, the I'm forget. What was it? What was the new genie in Arceus?
I do not remember, but yeah.
Because that I think that's one of the last Pokemon.
What is the legendary Pokemon in Arceus?
Arceus. But you have to get like every single Pokemon before you can get it.
That's going to take a while.
Oh, absolutely. Arceus. Why is it not showing Arceus? I'm so confused. I don't know. Pokemon. Oh, it might be an L. That would probably explain it. I don't know. But the point is, it's going to be very interesting, to say the least, what they're going to be doing with everything. Okay, Pokemon introduced in Legends Arceus. So, Enamorus. This is what I was looking for. So, Enamorus is 905. Wait a minute. So, they're gonna have so they're either gonna have to have less than 100 Pokemon in order to get in order for the next generation to be 1,000, which is just
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know what they're gonna do because they are so close to 1,000. They need to do something with every single Pokemon that you're just able to catch every single Pokemon throughout the games because we're right there. We're literally not 95 away from getting 1,000 Pokemon. They need to
I
do
know.
something with that. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to say the least when they actually do that.
Very much so.
Oh my gosh. I think they also announced some of the Pokemon that are gonna be version exclusives, which that'll help us out figuring out which games we want to get. Also, Joker, which game are you thinking of getting while I'm thinking about that?
I don't know yet. Like, I really like the futuristic of Violet, but I also like Scarlet. So I don't know which one I'm going to get yet. Maybe both, maybe not. We'll have to see.
My inkling is to get Violet first because if I do, I've already played a historical Pokemon game in Arceus, and so I would lean towards a more futuristic one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about is doing Violet.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that probably Violet is going to be the most chosen one because of the fact that it is supposed to be more modern. But at the same time, like, they're both modern. It's just like the Pokemon are the different things. I think, at least that's what it's looking like.
One is supposed to be the past, and one is supposed to be the future.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, to be 100% certain. But I don't think it's necessarily going to be like ages and ages in the past, like as far back as freaking Arceus. Yeah. Version exclusive. Okay.
If you run up, pretty dog.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay, so they do have some stuff. This is coming from Kotaku, the information that we've got, so it should be trustworthy. If it will let me scroll, come on. This thing is such annoying. Okay, so
Such annoying, really.
So Scarlet is going to have the Larvitar line.
Wow.
Stonejourner and obviously Koraidon. Koraidon's the name of the legendary. That's what I was thinking of.
As opposed to what's the other one?
Miraidon.
Miraidon and Koraidon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. As for the Violet exclusives, it's gonna be the Bagon line, Ice-Q, and Miraidon. Currently.
Okay, so looks like I'm going with Violet.
Because you need your Ice-Q.
No, I need Bagon. Carmi.
So I'm probably gonna have to trade in Ice-Q into my or do something to get Ice-Q over into my Scarlet playthrough because that is gonna be an absolute necessity for actually completing my food Pokemon.
True.
And then obviously I'll send the others into my I'll send a Larvitar and a Stonejourner into my Violet playthrough, which is gonna be fun to say the least.
Carmen. All right. It is going to be fun. Yeah.
I think we're absolutely all just gonna be going crazy for it. I just think that it's also kind of funny that the game that all three of us are gonna be playing as our we're just having fun with this is gonna be Violet.
Yeah.
Yes, Violet's going to be the one to get right now.
Yeah. Which kind of makes me just a little bit worried. Like, they're gonna get all the like, sure, there's gonna be the long-term fans that are gonna be getting the double pack right away, such as myself, or YouTubers who are going to be doing let's plays of both games. But I feel like so many fans are going to be already being drawn directly to Violet because, let's just be honest, Scarlet is kind of meh compared to a lot of, at least to a lot of fans at this point, because obviously there's problems with it, and that people are complaining about certain aspects of it, and it's just like, but it still looks like a fun game, and yet so many people are just like, yeah, but Violet.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another
Interesting.
reason why people are more drawn to Violet is because there hasn't really been a purple game in the past.
True. Exactly.
Like, Red or Scarlet, obviously there's Pokemon Red,
Ruby.
Ruby, so many others, and it's just like, you got so
Fire.
many of these, and
Well, Pearl's like pink, pinkish
Yeah.
purple.
yeah, but there like, it really isn't as major, and I think that just due to the fact that there really hasn't been a purple game, a fully, like, this is purple, that's also drawing a lot of fans to it because of the fact that it's different. I think that a lot of people also were drawn to Pearl when Diamond and Pearl first came out. Obviously, a lot of people loved Diamond. It's one of the most...
which is
Yeah. I think
You
of the
keep going.
two, Diamond was more popular, but at the same time, a lot of people were also drawn to Pearl because of the fact that it was different. It was the odd one of the two. Because so far, there had been a few blues, there had been a few reds, but there hadn't been a pink game yet.
Yeah. There had a white game, a pink game.
I mean,
which is really
even Soul
which is
Silver
really
was kind of blue. Yes, it was silver, but at the same time, it was blue.
Yeah.
which is really funny because the Walmart here in Fernley, they barely have any Pearl, but they have like a whole stack of Diamond there,
The
and
Brilliant
then they
Diamond.
don't have Sword, but they have Shield.
Yeah, that I mean, that kind of makes sense though. They're probably, part of me thinks that they're probably overcompensating because more fans are into Diamond and more fans are into Sword. At least from my experience, more fans are into Sword than Shield.
That's why they're gone, Jeff.
Yeah.
I like Sword better
But
than Shield.
the reason
It's
that I'm
hard
saying
to
it's
say,
funny
but
is
it just
because
looks better.
it's the inverse. Because more people are into Diamond, but they have like a whole bunch of Diamond. You said.
Oh.
But-
Yeah.
But for but then for Sword and Shield, it's Sword is the more popular one, so Shield is, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Uh,
Like, yeah, Diamond should be. There should be less. But also
Or
another
maybe
thing
reached
is,
the point
yeah,
People have switched.
huh?
Maybe we've reached the point where people have officially switched and they've gone, all right, I've played this, now I'm going to play this other one.
Yeah, that might be another.
Exactly.
That might be the other thing as well.
Yeah, like I played Diamond, and that's why I got Pearl, is because I haven't played Pearl.
Yeah. And I got Diamond because I played Pearl when I was little.
I'm playing Arceus right now, and I didn't know this was a new feature that you can actually select the Evolve option on your Pokemon now.
Right,
That is really
such
cool.
a good feature. I hope that that's in Scarlet and Violet.
That was
That
good.
is so cool that I can do that now.
Interrupt the whole game to go, what? It's evolving? Is like, dang it.
Yeah, like, if you didn't want your Pokemon to evolve, then you would have to have an Everstone on them, and that was so annoying.
Or just press B.
Or press B, yeah. But at the same time, like, now you don't have to worry about that. You literally just, if you want to evolve the Pokemon, you have to actually do it, which is really helpful for a lot of fans who are going to be doing stuff like living dexes. Like, now you'll actually be able to have a good version of every single Pokemon in your living dex. You could literally have every single Pokemon at level 100, and you'd have an actual living dex, and that's amazing.
That is cool.
Without wasting a whole bunch of Everstones or constantly having to press B over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's interesting, to say the least. I can't wait to see exactly how they're going to be going. If they're going to keep the current system, the new system that they introduced in Arceus, or if they're going to decide, you know what, never mind, we're not going to do that anymore. Also, I do have to say, I loved the way that they actually handled completing the Pokedex in Arceus, because you had to do so many steps in order to do so. And if you wanted a perfect dex, oh my gosh.
Oh, that shit's insane.
Yeah. Like, making sure that every single Pokemon does every single ability and all of that, and making sure that you're catching every single Pokemon. You have to catch every single Pokemon multiple times, and it's just...
Yep.
I was working on it. I haven't completed it yet, but I do plan on trying that at some point to actually completely perfectalize my Arceus dex.
Perfectalize?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I'm having fun with my wording. Shush.
Oh my god.
I know that that's not a real word. Deal with it. But it's going to be fun, to say the least. I hope that they still do something like that. Maybe they don't need to have it so that you have to catch a certain number of the Pokemon or evolve a certain number of the Pokemon.
Love that.
Yeah, if they could get rid of that part, like maybe you have to catch one, that would make sense. Maybe also another thing is, once you catch the Pokemon, I think that you should have access to the Dex entry.
Yes.
All of the information about the Dex stuff. But then, if you do more to complete it, maybe at completing 10 points, you're able to get a little bit more information. Or if you perfect it, then you get even more information, and so on and so forth. Like, different steps of the process, you learn more about these Pokemon. I think that would be really interesting. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see exactly how they do that, but it'll be interesting if they actually pull that off. But I do think that it is possible, because did you guys see what the Pokedex actually looks like?
No.
So, it's a bookshelf.
Oh, I love
What?
that.
Yeah.
For which
the
one?
Pokedex is a bookshelf. You literally, like, each Pokemon is its own book. And you fill up the Pokedex by putting in more books. And it's just like, that's the way they're doing it?
I love it.
That's so cool. I really hope that they, it looks as cool as I'm imagining it's going to look in the actual game. And honestly, I'm thinking, how long have they been working on this game? Because it's truly incredible.
Oh, since before Arceus. Arceus has got to be some kind of playtest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that
Probably.
Arceus was their testing to see, okay, which features do the fans like? Oh, they like all of them. Here, let's give them all of them. I really hope that they're actually going to do that with Scarlet and Violet.
Agreed.
Because, obviously, we have our complaints about certain features in Legends Arceus, but at the same time, most of them were fantastic, and just, like, subtle changes to each one would probably just go over so well with all the fans, and I don't know, we'll see exactly how they turn out, but I'm excited, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, it
This
does
is
look
my
like we are
first
going to be
time
having
putting
the,
my Switch.
What's up?
This is my first time putting my Switch on the TV, and Arceus looks amazing on the
Oh,
TV.
absolutely, it does. Yeah. And I'm really excited because obviously Scarlet and Violet are going to look even better, which it's just that's insane to me. I wonder how exactly they're going to pull that off. Also, do you think they're going to have following Pokemon?
I hope so.
Yeah, like obviously they did that in Sword and Shield and well, in the expansion.
Did they really do following Pokemon in Sword and Shield?
They do, but you have to have the expansion pass in order to do it.
Oh, okay. I like that feature in Heart Gold that you had your Pokemon following you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they introduced
so many fans
Pokemon
loved it at that point.
So I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah, so many fans loved it at that point, and then they just never did it again until Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
Yeah.
And that was not the best way to handle it as it was. And then they did it again in Brilliant Diamond from the beginning. Well, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl from the beginning. And even that is just... It's not as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
And all of the different... and the same goes for, obviously, Sword and Shield. They didn't do it from the beginning, and yeah, that was a bit disappointing. I do absolutely love what they did in Arceus, where you could have all of your Pokemon out with you. That was fun. But I don't think, I don't think that they should do that again. But they should also have you can have one of your Pokemon following you always. That should be a feature. Maybe like
I agree. I also think something like Pokemon Camp would be great.
Absolutely. That was also something that I think that they should have done in Arceus, because they had the huge open ranch where all of your Pokemon were. I think that they should do that again, where you can actually go into your ranch and see all of your Pokemon.
Yes.
That would and you can just wander around and see how all of them are handling themselves, and are they behaving? I think that would be absolutely incredible.
Agreed.
Yes, you need to catch more than just one of the type of Pokemon that you have already catched.
Yes, in Arceus, that is the easiest way to complete your Pokedex.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, the other way is to, like, there's certain steps that you can do, and you can look at that in your actual Pokedex. And they'll show you all of the different steps in order to fully complete it. Also, make sure that you go back to Professor Laventon, and go back, and as you're going back to the headquarters, that's when it will actually complete it in your Pokedex and put in all of the information. Which, I hope they don't do that in Scarlet and Violet. Like, it made sense for Arceus, but they should not do that whatsoever, where you have to go to see a specific person in order to complete your Pokedex.
Agreed.
Like, it obviously made sense in Arceus. You have, like, this actual professor person, and it's ancient times, and literally you're the only person with a phone. Which is still stupid that you had a phone. I don't know. I'm glad that that the phone was actually very rarely used. It was basically just like this little thing that you had that's mostly for talking to Arceus.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, you'll have your phone in the actual Scarlet and Violet game, which is going to probably be way more advanced. Probably to the same level, if not higher, than what it was doing in Sword and Shield, is my guess.
I see.
So, Yeah, I think that that's probably what they
Talking
would do.
about.
What's up?
I've run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, fair enough. So how about Stardew Valley?
I just got Krobus.
Nice, nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that it's so helpful to finally get him once you do. Especially since I have so many of the dark whatever what's the dark one? The Dark Souls.
Void Essence.
Void Essence, yeah. I have so many Void Essences, but I hardly ever have the soul ones, the yellow ones.
Solar Essences.
Yeah, Solar Essences. So going to see him every now and again just so I can get more is so helpful.
Do with them.
Huh?
What do you do with all the essences?
There's like a crafting thing that's really helpful. I'm forgetting what specific thing it was that I'm using them for. I think it's Crystallariums. Like getting like a ton of Crystallariums and just putting all of your diamonds into them, like it helps with so much money.
Diamonds, yes, but also before you do Skull Cavern, Jade.
Absolutely, make sure that you put in a ton of Jade for that because, holy crap, that was annoying. And
yeah, and Key only tells you done dishonorably if you craft your staircases.
Yeah. I think he has like a different he does say something a bit weird when you if you use the Jade ones. But at the same time, I don't know. It's weird. I think like maybe I had some that I had crafted and some that I had just gotten from the Jade. So I think that's why it told me that he had told me that I did it dishonorably. But
interesting. I've never crafted one staircase, so
yeah. I did craft a staircase in the mines, which you don't need to. Usually.
Piggy boy.
What just happened?
My freaking pig just tried to pull a Houdini over here.
How dare.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, I need to get a second barn.
Yeah, they're helpful.
Like all of my currently I have all of my animals in one barn and it's filled. So I've got like a ostrich egg that's ready to hatch, but it can't hatch because it's filled.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's annoying, but at the same time, like, yay! I have too many. I have too many. I need to get another. I need to finish my second barn. Also, I need an auto petter. Why is that so hard to get?
Where do you get tea leaves? My fish is begging for them.
Wait, what? Oh,
tea leaves.
So in order to do tea leaves, oh boy, you ready for this? You have to befriend Caroline.
God damn it.
Yeah, basically.
I hate befriending people.
Yeah, basically, you have to do like a certain quest with her, and then the next day she sends you the recipe for tea leaves, or not for tea leaves, for the tea leaf plant. Luckily, those grow all season or every single season, and they don't die over winter. So thank God for that. But then you can get like a ton of them once you do that.
Okay, well.
Also, your Junimos do harvest them. If you get them.
I don't have a Junimo hutch yet, but yeah.
Yeah, so once you get that, they do harvest them. So I would still, I'd suggest that you at least put them somewhat close to that.
Nice.
As well as obviously put the hutch close to your crops. I have 3 hutches, by the way. that was, I think it might be overkill, but at the same time, it's like, but I get a ton of stuff, and I don't have to worry as much. I don't know.
True.
And I'm actually thinking of getting a fourth one. So
Nice.
that'll be fun. Also, can we talk about how pointless the well is in that in
Oh, for real.
like you have other watering places. Like sure, maybe if you have like a really bad farm that you need a well for, where like there's no water on your actual farm, then sure, maybe that would make sense. But if you're doing the forest or you're doing I think the standard one even, they have a place where you can get water. I don't know. It's so stupid. I think like some of the other ones don't, but most of them do, and it's just like, really? You're doing this to me? I don't know. I gotta try the different things anyways, though. All of the different farms.
The beach one is lame.
Yeah, I've heard that, but at the same time, like I've watched a lot of videos, and they're just like, use the beach farm, and I'm like, really?
I would never.
Yeah. Like there is luckily there is a spot where you can put sprinklers and stuff, but at the same time it's like, yeah, that's not something that is easy to do.
No, it's minuscule. It's really freaking annoying.
Yeah. But it can be useful if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It is definitely not for newbies. Speaking of which, I need to make my second episode of my modded Stardew Valley. Speaking of which, did you watch that yet?
No, I haven't really watched anything.
Okay. Well, it was fun to say the least. I think that you'll probably enjoy it a lot.
Yay.
Yeah, so definitely look forward to that. That's going to be a ton of fun. And also like we are working on getting the collaboration with the other members of Can. So that's coming soonish. So for all of my fans who are waiting for that, like we mentioned, like how many episodes did we mention that ago?
Many.
Yeah, that is coming. We're just waiting on Backwater J to finish up his videos. But me and Quixote have finished ours, so that's gonna be interesting to say the least. And speaking of, while I'm thinking on it, Captain Jack, we need to do the video about introducing you to Final Fantasy 14.
Oh boy, yeah, we do.
We'll figure when we do that at some point. It's just gonna take a little bit of time before we can actually start that, but that'll be fun. You'll enjoy that, everybody. We'll see exactly how that goes when we actually get around to it. Which will probably be somewhat soonish. We just have to take care of some stuff before we do that. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that that's probably a good spot to end today's nerd chat. We'll figure out what we are going to be talking about next nerd chat, and we will see you guys in the next video. But are you guys gonna say anything?
Bye.
Bye.